live on YouTube, and it is a pleasure to welcome in the youngest of plugs. But quite honestly, I never feel right calling you that, Mario. But thanks for coming on here. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brody. It's been a while, so it's good to have this opportunity to catch up.
It has been a while, and I'm going to imagine that the contract extension was a highlight, if not maybe the highlight of your summer so far. But beyond that, let's cross that off because we'll get to that. What else have you been up to? What else do you want to share with what you've been up to?
Yeah, I did I made the trip home for about a month and a half. I saw family and friends, which is fun. A little bit stressful because I'm not there for very long, so I have a big family, so I have to pick and choose who to see and when to see them. So I have to make it's literally like it's like a schedule that I have to plan out, but that was fun. I enjoyed it. And then I made way over to Western Minnesota to meet my girlfriend's family for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah. So big step there.
Good job on that. Did everything go okay?
Yeah, it did. They like hockey over there, so that's a good thing. I didn't have to put in my fake teeth, so that was definitely a bonus.
Well, you have fake teeth.
I do. I just don't like to.
All right, let me write that. I have a question on that later, but keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, so that went all well. I was there for about a couple weeks. I was over the July 4 weekend, so it was a lot of fun. I actually went to see my billet family, who I used to live with in Des Moines, Iowa.
Wow.
Played there in the USHL for 1 year, so we have a strong connection. I'm really happy to go see them, and just catch up there. And then came back here, and now we're back in training and getting ready for the season. Been here for about 3 or probably 4 weeks now. So yeah.
Coast to coast, Mario Ferraro, or as I'm sure people have been calling you, Mario Ferraro lately, right? Like you've heard that one before, right?
I haven't, but I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Hey, congrats on the contract extension. And seriously, like everybody here was super excited about it. Some people had been asking me though, like, what's going on? Like, why haven't they signed him yet? And I think the bigger picture is, look, the Sharks as an organization had some transition. There were some different people in different places and things to work out. And I know on your end, I've been in that spot before. The contract's up and our managers changed. So you probably had to be a little bit patient, but man, patience paid off here for you, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm very, very stoked about it. Very happy to be back in San Jose for another 4 years. It's definitely, it is a stressful time. It shouldn't be. It should be more exciting, but
right.
At the end of the day, it is important to,
of course,
to me. So it was a little bit stressful with a lot of change going on, but it's just part of the whole deal. And I am an RFA, so there's all that situation. UFAs
right.
are the first priority, and there really is no rush. The season starts in October, so I'm just happy and thankful to have gotten it done and confirm that I will be back here for another 4 years. It's exciting.
And it doesn't always work out this way, where I'm pretty sure you felt about the team. You obviously wanted to be here, and the team dramatically wanted you. So a mutual thing to work out here. It wasn't one side or the other. It was really pushing. But I'm glad you got it done. And now you're in this situation where life might be a little bit different. And I heard one of the things is you want to go out and buy a house now for yourself. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I was. I got asked that on my the interview just the day after I signed. So that was what came to mind. And originally, I was in that mindset.
You changed your answer now.
I think I'm gonna hold off for a little bit longer.
So what color is the Ferrari gonna be then? What if you're changing your no? You owe yourself something. Come on, get yourself something nice.
I do have a new truck. I got one in early, like around March, and it's called a 4Runner.
As in 4-year deal. See what you did there. No, that's great. And but I understand too why a player like yourself, like you've been living in condo type situations all your time in San Jose, right?
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Like
yeah.
a house out here with some space, get yourself a dog, or your girlfriend lives there maybe. I don't want to get too far into that, but I'm just saying, like, I could totally see why a person like yourself, who comes from the Ferraro family, which I got a little glimpse of. By the way, when you were out there, Mama Ferraro was making pasta bowls a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
I know she can cook them up. I know it.
That's got to be the first meal when I get back for sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and then when I get, my sisters are now, two of them are now moved out. One of them still lives at home, but when I went home, we have those big family meals again, just like
Feeds.
when I was younger.
Yeah.
So yeah, got that massive plate of pasta just sitting in the middle of the table. So,
But
for me.
I get why a family person like you would say, yeah, getting a house, getting your own place would be important here. And now you're here for four years. So I like settling in, right? That to me, I know you're saying you've shied away. Are you saying that because how expensive houses are? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's more just I want to be more patient so I
Okay.
can get something that I really
Good
am
point.
passionate about and that I really do like, because that mindset does, like having that extra space is always nice. And my mom, for example, still has yet to come to San Jose to
Oh,
watch me.
wow.
It's been the COVID and obviously
Right.
they're in Canada, so the border and stuff, and it's been tough. My dad's made it down, but my mom still hasn't been to San Jose, so it'd be nice to have a place where
Right.
when they come they can stay at the house, and maybe my mom can cook some of the guys some meals if she'd like. Get the boys to convert to an Italian culture a little bit more. So I think that would be a huge opportunity. It'd be really cool for my family. So it's just gonna have to wait a little bit so I can get something that I truly enjoy rather than rushing into the situation to
Yeah.
go close to the now. So I just want to be patient on it.
That's awesome. It makes a ton of sense, honestly. You know Dan Boyle? Do you know him well,
Yeah,
or have you ever been to his house, or you know
not
about his
very,
house?
very well. No, I haven't.
Oh man, the house is palatial. He also has like a side house though too, which is just as big as a normal house. So my suggestion is maybe get in with Boyle, or like he could set you up in the side house, which is still pretty luxurious.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Hey, did you play against David Quinn? Did he coach against you when you were in college?
Yeah, I think it was the first year in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at BU.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I still have not met him. I haven't met him yet, but yeah, I do. I'm pretty sure we played against them.
What will that be like? I mean, you're about to meet somebody, you know of him, and he's coached against you in a game, but you don't really like know him. So how will that be? Like, how do you want it to be so you can get to know your new head coach and your coaching staff? And a lot of guys are in your situation right now. How do you want it to go?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool to just be thrown in that situation. You get to really know someone that way and the way they coach. I think that I'd like to think that I'm able to kind of adapt to however coaching style that he does have, or plans that he does have, the kind of identity that our team will be come September, October. Um, yeah, I think that training camp is huge. It's going to be big for us. It's going to be a big 2 weeks for us to get ready. There's obviously a lot of changes, but I think it could be a good thing. And there's a lot of new faces, from management to coaching staff to staff in general, and then to the players. So we all kind of got to find a way quickly to bond and get together. And from what I hear, David Quinn's a very good coach and has a very good reputation. I think it's cool that he not too long ago he was in college too, so he can relate to the younger guys coming up as well. So I have a lot of confidence, and I'm very excited to get to know him as a person and as a coach. I think it'll be an exciting time, exciting year.
Have you ever been in any type of life situation like this where you're part of something and the leaders change? Because it's not often, right? It doesn't happen like this a lot. Have you ever experienced that?
I've had throughout college, it was kind of I ran into, so our team when we came into UMass was a whole new team, and it was like the coach was already there for a year, and the team had a big turnover for when the freshmen. We had 13 freshmen our first year. Coach was only there for the second year, so fresh coaching staff, fresh team, given that there's 13 freshmen, right? So given that position that we were in, we had to kind of come together. The leaders on the team, really, it was the freshmen and then it was the juniors, seniors. So they really had to take a huge responsibility and kind of welcoming us in and making us feel comfortable and teaching us how to play or how to adapt to college hockey and school and training. And then we had to do our part because there's 13 of us to be leaders as well. So I think that's a similar situation. We have a lot of new faces, not necessarily a lot of young guys, just new faces, right?
Right.
People that have been leaders before on previous teams. So I think that it's an opportunity for all of us to kind of use our own assets and apply it to what we have with the Sharks and hopefully create something good out of it.
I think there's like 5 different answers to this next question, but what's the hole that Brent Burns leaves, the void that he leaves with this team?
Well, personality for one.
Yeah. Most notably.
We'll start there with personality, and then we'll go straight to looks.
Well, speak for yourself. You guys are 2 of a kind lately with the grill.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting worried about. I'm starting to look too much like him. I'm kidding. Yeah, you got just a huge character guy in the room. You have his leadership, his work ethic, which I think went a long way to rub off on a lot of guys in the locker room, and his preparation, just the way he treats himself as an athlete. I think that character is probably the biggest one for me. Just the way he is as a person to off the ice. And you talk about the hole that kind of creates in our locker room. It's something that can be filled.
Okay.
I think that collectively, I named a lot of things there. We would be in trouble if those are things that we can't correct. But I believe that we can. I believe that we can fill that hole. I was talking about it last week when I had my intermedia there after I signed, just that everyone needs to come together to fill that role that Burnsy had. I think that us all coming together is how we can, make up for that loss. And I think it's a good thing because it holds everybody accountable to being ready come October and to sustain that leadership role. We need everybody to be leaders in different ways. Some guys working hard, some guys, bring that character to the room, being really respectful, both off the ice, that rubs off on everyone and everybody will come together and apply that. It's just going to take a collective effort. He was a huge piece of this team, but it's not something that we can't work together to fill that role.
I'll never forget the day he came over in the summer of 2011, and that's 11 years ago now. Like, a lot of people have only known the Sharks with Brent Burns as part of the team. And a guy like yourself has only played on it with the team with Burnsy there. And so I just think we're all about to realize how different this group will look. And minus one player, but minus one huge player who logged a ton of minutes. And yeah, for your points there, I mean, he was integral in a lot of different ways. So what's the next step in your own game? And I'm hoping you can answer the question maybe as like specific as possible. Like if there's something you're trying to do better or take a next page on, what are you looking at this year to try and make some strides with?
Yeah, I think so the role that I think that I really kind of took on year by year, I think it's increased a little bit since my entry level, the first year of my entry level, being a shutdown and defensive defenseman. And I love that role. I take a lot of pride in that to play against the top lines and do my best to shut them down and give them as little offense as possible. So that's one thing that I really want to perfect and nail down, to have something that consistency every night where I can be counted on to do that. But I think one area that I didn't show a lot of that I think I am capable of is producing more at the offensive blue line. I think that I can get a little bit more involved whether that's moving at the top of the blue line, going down the wall, just being a little bit more active. I see a lot of defensemen, one being my former partner at UMass, Makar. He leads the way with defensemen in the NHL in terms of movement at the blue line.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I need to be that agile.
More like that, though. I get it. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I get it. It's a good one to follow for the offense. Yeah.
Just the mindset of trying to be more available instead of being stagnant at the point and sitting on top of their winger or their opposition. You know, just being more available, creating more opportunities for us offensively. That just comes, that'll give us more possession in the offensive zone and make my job and our job as a team easier in the defensive zone, not, wasting as much energy back there defending. So I think it works hand in hand with what I've already been doing. The more offense I can create, the more we get as a team, the easier it'll be to defend and tire out the opposition. So I think that goes a long way.
Well, I got some calls in to try and get you on the power play too. So maybe that will I'll get you the offense that you're looking for.
I gotta earn that.
But it's crazy. Like you're talking about something that's not like you don't have to lift more weights this offseason to do more, to influence offensively more. That's like a small strategy change, or it's like a mindset change, right? That's just a small tweak that you've already got in mind that could pay big dividends, right? It sounds simple. It's probably not that simple though, right? Or maybe it is.
It's not that simple, but you're right. It is. It is a mindset thing. The game is, 90% mental, like they say. So it's just having that confidence and reminding yourself to do that every night without, being overly complicated, without complicating the game. And it's also about, there's a lot more that goes into it. It's about being aware of the time in the game.
Exactly.
A 3-1 hockey game, 2-1 hockey game for us.
Risk versus reward, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah. So third period, we got the lead. Maybe there's no sense in flying down the wall and leaving the blue line open, and then they get a 2-on-1 or something, right? So it's reacting to the situation of the game, time of the game, and just those are things that I hope to learn and be more comfortable with doing this year and moving forward in my contract. Okay,
I'm not sure how to even bring this up, but is it not an option to permanently replace your 3 front teeth? or you have the falsies you put in there? Like what are we doing here? What's going on?
I had the flipper.
So okay.
But I have an even worse lisp. I'm spitting even more with that thing, and I can't even eat with it. So it's I'll have to be at the table and pull it out before I eat, and I'm always eating. So I'm always eating something. So I just leave them out, and I need to put the posts in. I still haven't done that.
Right.
But I don't want to put implants in yet because they're probably going to get knocked out.
So that's the permanent solution. What you're talking about is the implants. You're saying it's just at this point that doesn't make sense. But I also back in the day, dude, I had a retainer with the braces, and when they told me after I was done with the braces for 2 years, wear this retainer for the rest of your life. I'm like, no, thank you. So I understand what you're saying is a big inconvenience. And if you're set with how you are, who cares, right?
No, I don't care. I honestly forget. I feel like I get a lot more air now.
You can breathe better.
I don't remember how I had teeth to begin with my whole life. I feel like everything's just so much easier.
Hey, but when you lost those though, and I know it's a rite of passage for hockey players. I know who I'm talking to here, but when you lost those teeth, and that was the first time you had ever lost them, right? Like isn't that a little bit traumatic to look at yourself in the mirror like the next day and be like, holy smokes, what happened to me? At first, right?
It wasn't really. I don't know. I was kind of I was like, what? It's kind of badass. Like it is what it is. Like I take a little pride in it. This is my sport. It's what I do for a living. Like I'm okay with it. If I lost it because they rotted and my teeth fell out that way,
right? Didn't brush them,
then that's a little bit different, but I'm actually okay with this.
You are like Burnsy's child. He was right about that. That's a Burnsy answer right there. Hey, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or the team plane that he was on when he said this, Ryan Sten, but The expression "the next Jumbo" was used in kind of like how when you're around the boys and you've got kind of the personality to glue people together, right? That's what Jumbo did. We all know that. Do you see that as something that you've already started and you want to continue? You could keep doing it. Do you not like that people know that about you, or how do you feel in terms of being more than a hockey player, like a glue person inside that room?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not when I go to the rink or I'm around the boys or whether I'm hanging outside the rink or however it is, I don't really have any intention with I'm just really being myself.
Okay.
Like that really is
Yeah.
that's who I am. And I think by becoming good friends with Jumbo, like that's who he is. Like
Right.
I talk to him still now and he's the same way. Like we're nowhere near a hockey rink. So like he's the exact same way. And that's why I think I get along with them so well, is because we have, I think, the similar personalities, similar but different, right? So, I mean, so I'm proud that people say that I can hopefully create that connection in the locker room and supply that energy to the locker room, if you will. That makes me happy to hear that. It's just because it's nothing that I intend to actually try and do. It's just I'm happy I do that in the process, but that's just who I am. Yeah, it feels good to hear that.
It's been kind of a slow summer for the youngest of plugs. I was expecting a lot of videos. I'm subscribing to the channel, and I went back the other day and I'm like, did I miss any? Like, no, I think there's only been a handful. Not putting you on the spot here. You've been busy. Is that probably what it is? Like, it takes a lot of hard work to make videos and you've just been busy?
I feel like I'm letting my subscribers down.
It's all right. They like you for that already.
It takes, I don't want to release, I want to put stuff out there that's good. Like that I enjoyed making, I want to have fun making them. The problem that it's hard. Like it's hard. Like now I have a 4-year contract, and I owe it to the Sharks to be ready and to have that mindset to, break down the door at training camp, essentially. So I'm trying to put all my focus into that, to be as ready as I can to have that impact when I show up at the rink. And it's hard to balance it out. I will find the balance. I just haven't quite found it yet. So I get back from the rink every day and I'm just absolutely exhausted.
Right. No energy.
So that now is like, in order to be able to get up tomorrow morning and train and skate again,
right,
I'd rather get the rest tonight, than film and edit all night. But like, it's something I love. Like, I mean, I love like working for that stuff. Like I love that grind. Just like in terms of, will I be able to get to the gym the next day and get better? I have to focus on that as my priority right now.
You mentioned time being a hard thing about that and opportunity being hard. Here's another one. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I imagine this is the case for you. You also realize that the best like content and material that you could produce are also things that you probably can't or don't ever want to share, right? Like if you put out a video, I think, here's behind the scenes of our last road trip. Right now, first off, you're bringing a camera around your teammates. They're like, what, Mario, what's going on here? Like, you can't always do that. You can't really pull back the curtain. It's just that kind of crosses a line, right? But that's the type of stuff that your subscribers would eat up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So it's that catch-22 of like, I know what people want to see. I can't give them everything, but here's the best I can do. Am I close on that?
You're spot on. Like I can't bring a camera to the rink.
Right.
Like it's not going to happen. I'll tell you this: if we win a Stanley Cup, I'll be filming every I'll be filming every darn
No,
thing
you don't have to.
possible.
I'll be following you. I'll be right behind you the entire time with a camera. I'll take care of you on that, right? We'll go to
Yeah,
Ontario.
but you'll get the inside scoops at every little party that we have.
I will detail every last second of it for video. I know what you're saying.
You're gonna get every inch of that. But yeah, it's like you said, it's just the stuff that I know that the fans would want to see. I just can't quite get it right now.
Hey, when you guys, like in last year, you had, what, a 7-game losing streak, a 10-game losing streak. And I know you're, by the way, we'll got to talk about your return last year. It was amazing. Like, I don't know how you came back that fast, but when the team's going through rough stuff and people say things online, do you stop? Do you don't even, you stop looking at social at some point during the year, good or bad? Like, it's out there, right? Look, I'm a person on TV. People say positive and negative stuff on my timeline too. I'm not immune to it. I see a lot of it. How do you see it, or do you dismiss it? What do you do with it?
I mean, I see it. I pay no attention to it. Like, I really, like, it's part of it. I didn't see anything my first year. Now it's in my third year. I started to see stuff.
Sure.
For all that. You see stuff about the Sharks all the time.
Sure.
We could be the first place team in the league. When you lose a game, you're going to see it. So
right.
It is what it is. I think that a part of us, we want to, when we go on those, when we went on those this year, those losing streaks, a part of us, it creates anger within us to get out of it. Right. So nobody wants to hear those negative comments. So I guess it kind of fuels us to work hard to get out of it. We need to care a little bit. You know what I mean? We need to care about, obviously we care about losing.
Yeah.
But I think caring about the comments too are a good thing. Like, caring about what people are saying are sort of a good thing to push you to get out of it. And I think, heck, get the negative comments going after one loss. If it gets us to, wake up and never not lose 2 games in a row, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that, we shouldn't pay attention to, but it should get us a little pissed off. I think it helps. It goes a long way to creating that, that energy and that passion to get out there and, stick it to the comments.
Yeah. 2 more things and I'll let you go. The first, probably more serious. You think about the Sharks not being in the playoffs 3 straight years. And I've said it. I think us in the media, the fans around here, and I'm also a fan too. I mean, I grew up on this team. We're a little bit spoiled. Like, a lot of pro sports teams miss the playoffs 3 straight years. It happens. But the fact that it's happened once here and everybody's taking note of that, there's a certain mentality to get back to something and a chip on shoulders. And I know your team is being remixed and there's a lot of new faces. So maybe not every player coming in understands that. But do you think the core of returning players, like, that's a big deal to kind of make that as challenge number 1, like at least end that rut, in that streak?
100%. I think that everybody's fed up with having long summers. And I think that come September, new guy that's been here, I think it's going to be a different mentality. It's going to be all business from the get-go, and I think that we're going to be thinking about playoffs when we get there in September. That's the number 1 goal for us. It was last year, we didn't get there, so now we look to this year and we try to accomplish it again. I think that it's good that the organization, like you said, maybe been spoiled to be in the playoffs. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that we should ever be used to not being in the playoffs. That is the goal. We're a professional organization. Us players, we get paid to try and win, to do what we can to win. So I think it's we're pretty fed up with the long summers, and we want to shorten that summer for sure next year and be in the playoffs and be in a run for a Stanley Cup.
Okay, I have the last thing here. It's my collab idea. I'm 41 and I'm doing collabs. I want to collab with you. Wait, how old are you again?
I'm 23. I turned 24.
Oh my gosh, dude. I guess no, I couldn't be your dad. It's too tight. So anyway, but I was thinking, like, so it's hard for you to make videos during the season. And you like hiking?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen you go on hike with some of the boys sometimes, right?
I like viewpoints. I like going to like see cool spots.
Yeah.
Pretty
What
cool.
what if we okay, so what if we like, and especially around here, because like October, November, it's still nice. What if we did like when you guys have 4 days off and you're at home in a row, what if we go do a hike and I'll shoot it. You don't have to edit it. We could like debut it on both channels or something. We can make it, and bring some whoever else wants to come. We'll go do a scenic hike. What do you think?
I'm in.
There's the collab right there.
Do that. See what the subs say on your channel.
Yeah.
See what they want.
I haven't turned the comments on here, but we'll see. I would imagine there's a lot of thumbs up on that. So I'll tell you what, we'll keep in touch on it. We'll revisit that. But and I never asked you about this too. You came back from that injury so quickly last season, almost disturbingly quickly. Like, did the doctors sign off on this? Are we sure about this? What stands out about how fast you came back?
I was feeling it for sure. I was feeling it. I was struggling a little bit for the first 2 or 3 games. But after that, I was smooth sailing. My ankle feels great.
Yeah.
It was full, like it was healed. I got a plate in there. And the plate, like it can't go, like the plate doesn't let the bone go anywhere. So that's why I was able to play, because there was no way to do further damage.
Right.
So I was all set. I was ready to go. I think it was like 5.5 weeks, and it was supposed if probably ideally like another week and a half, but I don't know. They said 6 to 8. So I was like 5.5. It was just a few days early.
That takes most people 5 months to get through that injury. I know you're a professional athlete. Did they take the plate out there since, or is that still in there?
No, it's in there. It's in there.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes when it gets cold out or cold or hot, like you feel it a little bit.
Now I see why you didn't fly out here. The metal detector would have set off like beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
So that's still in there then, huh?
Yeah.
Stays in there forever?
Forever, unless I ever want to get a move, but it just, you got to cut it open again. So
yeah, you don't want to do that.
No need.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, now I feel bad about asking you to hike. You got a plate in your damn foot.
No.
I know.
Stronger than the other one now.
Yeah, there you go. Well, hey, man, seriously, I think a lot of fans, I know a lot of fans were super excited, and they knew you'd be around one way or another, but to lock you in like the deal you got. And, there's a lot of optimism around the team, like a fresh coat of paint on everything. And no disrespect to the past, but I think, some changes, some turns and directions were necessary. And I'm glad you're part of the new direction still. I know a lot of fans are. So I'll be seeing you soon, but obviously I'm going to wish you best of luck in all your training leading up to it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always a good one. So
yeah. Mario, thanks. I'm gonna end the stream and I'll keep you on here for just a sec.